Hello, hello, hello. Hey, hey, hey. Come on in and get comfortable. Welcome back to my channel, Jaleesa, Reading Beyond the Book Cover, where we stay reading beyond the book's cover. My name is Jaleesa. Welcome if it's your first time, and welcome back if you are returning. So today's video is going to start off a little bit different. It's going to be a mashup of a few things. First, we're going to start off talking about this Glocusent original neck reading light. You may have seen it in another video that I've posted before. And I promised that I was going to follow up and let you all know my user experience with it, as well as some of the detailed specifications or about the neck reading light, just in case you're interested in it. And then after that, I'm going to show you a couple of clips from my November 2023. Yes, today is December the 29th, 2023, and I am finally getting around to editing this video. I had an interesting November. If you all watched my last the last week in reading. See, I can't even speak. My last week in reading was an update on my father's health. And so, I was going through that in November, and then now we're here in December, and the tail end of December at that. And it's because I've been trying to just enjoy the moments with my family. But it's okay. I'm sharing with you all. It don't matter when. So you're going to see a couple of clips from November. Most of them are from the week of November 26th or 27th, whichever week was Thanksgiving. That's what you're going to see. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this neck light. So this is the Glocusent original neck reading light. I use it when I read my physical books, and as you can see, it has a nice throw as far as light goes. The light is just bright enough for you to be able to see without disturbing your partner or whoever else is in the room with you. You want to make sure you're able to save your eyes, but also make sure that you're being considerate of whoever else is around you. I enjoyed, what I enjoy most about it is that they have these different color temperatures, and you can change the mode or the color temperature mode with a button that's on the back of the neck part. It's very flexible, the neck light. You can move it in with any which ways. I have a big neck, so you have our thick neck. You're part of the thick neck club. This will fit your neck just fine. It's not uncomfortable at all. It's lightweight. Here I'm showing you the different modes. So you have yellow, warm white, and cool white. You can change the brightness of them as well. And by touching the two buttons on the front, the brightness button, and I'm enjoying it. Like, as you can see, there's so many different things you can do with it. You can change the brightness, and you can also change the color temperatures. And I think those are the two features that I enjoy most about it, besides it being comfortable enough to put on your neck. You don't have to put it on your book. It's not going to bend up anything. And it also is easy to charge. If you have an Android phone and you have a USB-C charger, you can use that. It's rechargeable. It's promised to have between 6 to 80 hours of usage or charge. I feel that I may have had it too high, most likely. I maybe had it too high for too long, and that is why the battery life didn't last that long for me. So if you're interested in it, go on ahead. You'll see the link down below in my description bar. I will earn a little bit of commission on it if you do purchase through that link. And I hope that when you do purchase it, you let me know how you are enjoying it and how it's changed your reading life. Again, that's the Glocusent original neck reading light. I got one in lilac. They have several different colors. Go check it out. Link is below. What you're seeing here now, this is Shenanigans. Me and my sister, the day before Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving Eve, we were going to her tattoo artist. She wanted to go and get her tattoo colored in. Since maybe last year, she's been on this big tattoo kick. She always gets these big pieces, big elaborate pieces, and it's beautiful. I wish that I had the pain tolerance that she has, but I don't. So I was there accompanying her, and I just wanted to see, what's the process? How is it? What does it feel like? Adjacent. So, I didn't get a tattoo, but I saw her get her tattoo. So here we are, outside the building. It was cold. It was late. I had just gotten home from work. Well, actually, I went to her house first, and then we drove from her house to the tattoo place. And then after that, we went to my home to go pick up my clothes. if you live in Houston, you know how Houston is big. So you got to really like plan out your travel. This is me sitting in the tattoo place. We started there, I think 8:30, something like that. But her tattoo artist, he enjoys talking. So he talked for maybe a good 30 minutes before he started, which is not a problem at all. He charges fairly. And after we got that done, it was really nice. She had a green tattoo. She showed me some candy that she picked up. This is some of my favorites. Well, actually, it's not some of my favorites, but I like this kind of candy. My favorite, though, is those watermelon rings from Tahin. Delicious. We had a good time with these gummies. Hint, hint. And this candy. We had that. We had some chicken wings. You know, I pet my sister's dog. And we just had a really, really good time. We didn't finish all this candy in one night, but here I am just showing you all the different candies that they picked up, or that she picked up for me from H-E-B. If you live in Texas, then you know what H-E-B is. H-E-B is always coming in clutch when it comes to the Mexican candy, and that is what I go there for. They didn't have the kind that I really, really enjoy, which is called Squinkles by Lucas. I guess everybody loves it too, so I think she didn't find it, the mango kind, but I found some recently and I tore those up over the Christmas break. Here's my sister's dog, Maddie. We love us some Maddie. She's such a sweet dog. She doesn't really bark, and when she does, it's a little bit alarming because it's like if she barks, something's wrong. But she chooses to be mute. She does not talk. She doesn't bark. If anything, she'll groan or anything, something like that. You know, when she's annoyed, she's like a teenager in a way. Because I know that I was getting on her nerves after a bit. She gets upset because she can't really be in the room when I'm in the room, like the bedroom. So there's that. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, hey, hey. Come on in and get comfortable. Welcome back to my channel, Jaleesa Reading Beyond the Book Cover, where we stay reading beyond the book's cover. My name is Jaleesa. Welcome if it's your first time, and welcome back if you're returning. If you hear extra voice, it's my sister. If you hear some tapping, it's the dog, Maddie. It's late, the day before Thanksgiving. Well, the day of Thanksgiving. It's the early hours of Thanksgiving. We're just up chilling. And I was like, let me film something before I forget my intro for this week's weekend reading. I'll be focusing on finishing 2 arcs that I have. Homecoming Chaos by D.W. Brooks and The Memory Concierge by Lauren Roach. I think Lauren W. Roach. But right now I'm taking a break from reading, and it's because my sister bought these cards. I guess she thought they were, what did you say they were? She thought, no, I think she said that she thought these like were cards that were like corny jokes, dad jokes or whatever. Like this one is literally jokes about cheese. It's not cheesy jokes. So like one of them says, What do you call cheese that isn't yours? Nacho cheese. And then she got this one, which is toilet jokes. 100 totally crap toilet jokes. So I'm gonna tell you one. What does Woody say when he has bad gas? Darn tootin'. Why did the toilet paper roll down the hill to get to the bottom? So it's stuff like that. Girl, it's goofy. But I hope that you all are having a good day wherever you are right now. Just want to show my face, let you know what I've been up to reading wise, and share this funny little instance with you all. I think it's really cute that somebody took the time to put these jokes on these cards. How do you stop a skunk from smelling? Hold its nose. Those are really kind of smart, actually. That's funny, but yeah. I'm going to show you all in the next clip some snacks that my sister had gotten from H-E-B. And then after that, I most likely will show you some of the food that we eat for Thanksgiving and maybe do a little voiceover or something like that to let you all know how it was. So in the comments down below, let me know what you all did for Thanksgiving. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, when you did have a big dinner recently, what are some of your favorite foods that you look forward to? And if it's not food, what are the favorite like events or conversations that you, or traditions that you look forward to when you get together with your family? Let me know down below. I'll see you in the next clip. Bye. Hey, it's me again. So we are now on the way to my older sister's house for Thanksgiving. We were listening to music. My younger sister loves Boys to Men, so we were currently playing Doing Just Fine. Spotify, Google it, whatever. There's a lot of open land on the way to my sister's house, so it was quite a ways, maybe about a good 40-minute drive, I want to say, to my sister's house. So we were just, vibing out, chit-chatting, trying to be safe. People be driving crazy around the holidays, so I had to be very careful. Day, night, shine, whatever. It's going to be crazy during the holidays. So yeah, here she is driving a brand new car. Go, sister. Hey. Oh, and that's my favorite person. And my older sister's house, that dog, Ivy. Ivy can be we've now affectionately called her a silver-toothed child because she is bad. She can be bad, and then she'll bark at you for a good 2 or 3 hours, and then all of a sudden she'll be nice. It's weird. I don't know. Every time I see her, it's like I'm a new person to this dog. Here's the food. We got some cake. We got smoked turkey. We had dirty rice or Cajun rice, depending on where you're from, what you call it. See, now she's friendly. Earlier, she was about to bite my head off. That day, I forgot what we watched. We watched Identity Thief. We love Melissa McCarthy. In my family, we love her down. We enjoy laughing. She is just Melissa McCarthy. Love her. Love her. I have no other words besides enjoyment. But here we are, just chilling. This is what we do. We chill. Ooh.
You might want to do that again.
I was thinking about putting a video out this week. But I'm like, if you're not going to be paying attention today or tomorrow, I doubt it. Look.
Madeline, stop it right now.
Girl.
She keep bumping her face up against my knee.
I feel like you don't play this enough.
I don't shuffle.
Fresh.
I don't shuffle. Tell the kids to do it. All right, so it's going to be around the 43-second mark that you're going to see that this is properly shuffled.
And I will edit. What is this, food on my arm? I think it is. Oops. See, this one here. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, hey, hey. A little bit too close. Back up some. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to my channel, Jaleesa, Reading Beyond the Book Cover, where we stay reading beyond the book's cover. My name is Jaleesa. Welcome if it's your first time, and welcome back if you're returning. I know it's been a while. I'm a little bit off when it comes to schedule and video reviews and all this stuff. I'm behind. But at the same time, it's like, this is not my job. So when it happens, and when it don't, it don't. So I am working on some things. I am actually in the process of eating something before I do my October 2023 reading wrap up. And I'm starting off on a bad foot already because I stopped at Chick-fil-A, okay? I had a taste for some chicken nuggets and some waffle fries. They didn't give me any sauce, no ketchup, nothing to dip my nuggets in, nothing. And I'm just like, this is not what I expected, okay? So it's okay. It's okay. But in this video, I most likely will tell you about my current read. I'm trying to do the thing that I usually always say I'm trying to do, which is focus on one book. And so I have been focusing on this book over here, which is Homecoming Chaos by D.W. Brooks. I am part of the book tour, and I need to read and review it, I think by December the 5th, 2nd, 5th, I'm not really sure, but I know I'm gonna be done in time before it's time for me to share my thoughts on it. So I am going to, most likely through this weekend reading, I am going to let you all know like which characters I like, which characters I don't like, because I don't think I want to include that in my review. I'd rather just do it here because I have some things to get off my chest, because these characters are putting me through it. Okay, like, well, not through it, but in particular the mama, meddling spirit. That's what we're gonna say. She's a meddling spirit. But I'll go into detail later. I need to go ahead and eat something, do my October reading wrap up, and then I'll come back maybe tonight and then let you all know what the tea is on these characters that I have been introduced to so far and how I'm feeling about it as far as, you know, them and Homecoming Chaos. So yeah, that's it. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. It's been a while, so it feels a little bit weird to be talking to the camera. But yeah, I'll see you all in a bit. Bye. Hey, 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 hey. Do, 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 do. Hey, 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 hey. So I just finished talking for 30 minutes. I did my October reading wrap up. I'm gonna close the computer now because I wanted to tell you all about the book that I've been focusing on. I'm trying to see if I can remember all the names, because I'm reading Homecoming Chaos by D.W. Brooks. It is a romance suspense novel, and I am enjoying it so far. I think I'm like 60-something% into it. And I just want to tell you all how I'm feeling about the characters, because I most likely will not put it in my written review or the YouTube video that I'm going to make for it, because I want you to read the book, right? So it's like, what are the chances that whoever's watching this is going to watch this as well as that review? Pretty slim, I think. I'm just assuming. I don't know. So we're going to try out and see. Hopefully me talking about the characters will make you want to pick up the book. I'm going to try to make sure that I don't spoil anything as much as possible, but this is how I'm feeling about Homecoming Chaos. Homecoming Chaos is a book that I don't think I would have picked up on my own, because I'm not really a big romance person. And I also I read suspense, but like I don't really read suspense that is following detectives and stuff. So this book is following a doctor. So it opens up with something that happens at a facility where the doctor that we're following, her father and mother own this company, right? So something happens there, it sparks an investigation, and she's returning back home from Africa. She's been traveling or over in Africa, doctors overseas. She's been over there working for 4 years, and she's returning back home after she left home abruptly. So she was supposed to get married, and she left her man's at that time at the altar and went to Africa. So now she's come back. Everybody's like, where you been? What you been up to? Because she's only been speaking to certain people. So a lot of people have like this resentment towards her and anger, because they're like, you know, I thought we was tight. What happened? You don't talk to me. You only talk to a certain person. Like, how do you think it makes me feel that you're talking to this one person? I found out updates about your life over there, you know, for the last 4 years from this person, but you won't pick up the phone and call me. So you have that kind of going on. It's really messy. I'm trying to remember her name. Her name is Jamie. I think her real name is Jameson, but they call her Jamie. So Jamie Scott, she's a doctor. She's the one that everybody has an issue with. And she has issues with people too. Specifically, her mother. Her mother is interfering and overbearing. I do not like the mother, if you can't tell. The mother is like, not a I guess you can call her a helicopter mom, but she's smothering. She wants to direct every single part of Jamie's life. It's really annoying when I'm reading it, but that just goes to tell that the writing is good, the characters are distinctive, and I'm enjoying it. But it's just enjoying it in the sense that I like how I can tell who's talking or whose head I'm in, because the book is written, I think, in third person. Is it third person omniscient? I'm not good at that when it comes to deciphering what is written in, but basically you're in the heads of all the characters. You know how everybody is feeling as the story is going on. So, but you never, I'm trying to remember, do you ever hear I? I'm not really sure. I have to go back. Because I don't pay too much attention to it once I get comfortable with the writing style, as far as, you know, the perception or the perspective. I don't pay too much attention to it after a certain point. So we have Jameson. Try not to get off track, but as you can see, I have a lot on my mind. So Jameson, she comes back after 4 years, and she's like, okay, here I am. I don't think I'm going back. Like, what's everybody doing? So she has a brother named John, and she has a sister named Jillian. John is, I don't know what his job is. I think he's an architecture or something like that. But he's a bachelor, and he's just on the dating scene. Of course, the mother, she's not happy about that either, because she's always trying to make sure her children are hooked up with somebody. She wants them to have a good life, a good basic life, basic in the sense that she wants them to be financially secured, have children, and settle down. But she wants them to be with somebody that she chooses. So the father, his name is Gregory, and the mother's name is Margaret. Gregory, the father, he's kind of like, he's there, but he's not really saying much. He's not telling his wife, hey, you need to chill, cool it. You're doing too much. You pressuring the children to do things they most likely don't want to do. So it's all of that like restriction and control that most likely has caused those two in particular, or actually all three of the children, to be a little bit on the chaotic side. They do things that are against what the mother wants them to do, because she's the one that's always trying to turn everybody's necks. Okay, like she is the head. No, the father is the head, but she's turning the neck. Okay. Making sense. So she's running the show here. So John, he's single and he's doing his thing. He just recently broke up with his girlfriend, I think, and she seems a little bit off because she keeps calling him. Then we have Jillian, who is married with I think 3 or 4 boys, and she wanted to be a lawyer, but then she met her husband, who is a lawyer, and the way they got married was kind of messy too. So you'll have to read the book for that. I'm not going to tell you all that. But they have children, and she is like rethinking her life after she sees her sister. She's like, girl, like kids are okay, and I wanted them, but it's one of those moments. What else? So I said Gregory, the father, Margaret, the mother, John, Jillian, sister and brother of Jameson. And now we also have I'm not going to talk about the children because they're there, they're in and out, they pop up, and I always get them confused. I'm like, who is who? I know one name is Anthony, the other name is something, and the other's name is something else. I don't know. So it's like a lot, to me, there's a lot of characters to keep up with, especially when the names kind of match each other. I get a little bit confused. So you have them, and then you have these 2 detectives that are on the case. So Ron and Nick. Ron is always talking about retiring. Something happens where he's like, oh, shoot, I will have to maybe work a little bit longer. He seems to be, I think he has more seniority than Nick does, but Nick, is a good partner to him. But Nick also has eyes, and he has blue eyes in particular. I've read that a lot. He has blue eyes. And those blue eyes are set on Jamie. He's like, Jamie, girl, you looking good over there. That was a little bit weird to me because I'm not used, not used to, but anytime I'm reading something and then I'm in the character's head and they're like, oh, she looks hot. Oh, she looks cute. But they're like doing something serious at the same time. It throws me off. And for example, they're supposed to be looking through, I don't know, like emails or something, for the investigation. And while he's looking through stuff, if Jamie is standing there and, she's maybe twirling her hair or something, he's like, oh, I love her beautiful brown eyes. And, she looks just what I would do to be that finger that's twirling around her hair. Something like that. Like, I'm just making up something, but that's how it is. And so it's just a little bit, it takes me out. I don't get it. But I know some people, they're like, they eat that stuff up. So that is part of the book. If you're into that, pick this book up. So she's looking back at him too. So you're in her head. She's like, oh, I love his eyes. I can, swim in them all day. I think are his eyes blue? I'm pretty sure. They're either blue or green. I know they're not brown. So she's like, oh yeah, he's cute too or whatever. I hope you're not watching me walk away, I'm taking myself out because it's funny to me. But yeah, they've been looking at each other, so that's where like the romance comes in. Some people are noticing, they have googly eyes for each other, but I'm at a part in the book where I feel like they're making more headway into the investigation. Like they have more evidence as to, not evidence, they don't really have evidence, but they have more clues as to what's going on. So it's like leading them to the main person or thing that has caused this problem or this happening at that facility. I'm trying not to give too many details, but yeah, they're making moves. They are finding out things, and it's going. I am hooked. I'm in, and I am able to decipher who is talking most of the time, which is really important to me, especially when we have always multiple people. So I think this is like the best way for me to digest books like that, because I noticed in the past, like in the beginning of the year or the top of the year when I had books on my TBR that I read that had multiple perspectives, I was a little thrown off sometimes if the voices weren't distinct enough. So I think if it's written this way with multiple perspectives, it's a little bit easier to follow. Tell me how that works. I do not know. One more character that stood out to me, and after this, I think I'm going to like call it a night. I'm going ahead, shower, and actually continue reading the book. Is Jamie's friend. Her friend, his name is Felice. Felice is a lesbian, and the only person she came out to, I think, was Jamie. And I don't think her parents really claim her as, they claim her as their daughter, of course, but they don't really say like, this is my lesbian daughter, Felice. But who actually says that, right? But they also, in the book, she's noted as being Jewish. I don't know whether or not that has anything to do with the sexuality, and as to whether or not her parents don't acknowledge it because of that. I'm not Jewish, nor do I know many Jewish people. I maybe should learn more about that, but at the same time, I don't know, I think I always kind of assume, like, regardless of whether or not somebody practices any kind of religion, there's always a possibility that they will override the religion and what is like expected of somebody to behave a certain way and love and treat people with dignity and respect no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just me. Throw my little 2 cents in, but I love her friend. Her friend is straightforward, very blunt. That's my kind of carrying on, okay? I like a person like that, straight to the point and blunt. I don't have to like wonder where you're coming from. But yeah, I really enjoyed her, and I think that's it. Can't think of anybody else that really like stood out to me as far as like enough for me to actually talk about them. But there are other characters, other side characters that are there. There are some people that I'm side-eyeing. Wait, that reminds me, there's one person there. His name is David. David is, I think, a researcher at her father's facility. Her father is Gregory. Hope you're following along. If not, I'm so sorry. Let me know in the comments down below, and I will gladly make some kind of like map for when I do my review for this book. David seems very suspicious. He doesn't want to answer questions. He comes to work at hours that nobody is there. It sounds like he's using company supplies for something, and he just seems super suspicious and sketchy. He avoids people's questions, and I'm looking at him. For somebody that's not on the page that much, he really has a big presence, at least when it comes to me reading the book. His presence is screaming. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to continue reading the book. Again, it's Homecoming Chaos by D.W. Brooks. It came out, I believe, at the end of October, or it came out November 20-something. I'm pretty sure. I feel like it's November. I feel like I put it in another video, but yeah, I'm going to be doing a review on it as part of the book tour, so look out for that. I may or may not come back with another clip in between now and then. I mean, now and later. For this week, it's getting late. I'm so sorry. When it gets like this, my brain is like, shut down, stop talking, don't do anymore. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna sign off now, and then I most likely will come with my final clip, which will be either tomorrow, which is Thursday, if not tomorrow, then Friday or Saturday, because I don't plan on reading any other books. The only other book that I did pick up this week was The Reformatory by Tanana Review, and I wanted to read to chapter 20 because today they were having a discussion for the book in the horror support group, but I didn't want to like push myself to try to read both books at the same time, Homecoming Chaos and the Reformatory. So I just stuck to one, and I'll just pick up the Reformatory later because we have another meeting for it to finish the entire book by December the 20th, so I have time. But yeah, that is that on that. And I'm pretty sure I said that for the third time. So I'm going to shut up. And I'll see you all next clip. Bye. Well, hello there. Apparently, I didn't have anything else to say. I don't have any other clips for that month that pertain to week in reading. We might as well call this a month of reading at this point. So I'm just sharing with you all where I currently am where I currently was at home in Homecoming Chaos. I have already finished the book. You are free to go and check out my blog. I have a written review there at readingbeyondthebookcover.com. Go check it out. And you know what? Get into these lights. Like I told you all, I think that I must use mine at the highest level. So that's the reason why I don't get a lot of use between each charge. So keep that in mind if you are to purchase this. Again, the link is down below. And until next time, remember to drink your water, mind the business is yours, and continue reading Beyond the Book's Cover. Bye.